Hi everyone, we're going to take a quick look at something that you won't find in the Rubinstein text, boundary disputes. Something that obviously we can look at conflicts in a variety of ways, but these specifically deal with the types of disputes that might occur or conflicts that are related to boundaries specifically. So looking at these as definitional, locational, operational, and allocational types of disputes, specifically dealing with boundaries. So let's take a look. Definitional is going to be something over a disagreement or a conflict over boundary or border that's been established. So this is something that is determined boundary, but it's where specifically this boundary would be located. Locational disputes are something that are not based on where the definition is, but the actual practice or placement of a particular boundary or border. This can be especially problematic when you have a boundary that perhaps is difficult to define. It's not easily demarcated on the landscape, or in some instances actually changes over time. Perfect example would be where we see the flow of rivers changing over time, which changes the actual intended or definitional boundary that was earlier established, thus making a conflict more likely or potential of one more likely. Operational disputes are centered around the dispute or disagreement of how a boundary or border should be managed. A good example of this would be the border between the United States and Mexico. Clearly there's a defined border, it's demarcated on the landscape, but the operational management of the border in question is difficult in terms of the migration or immigration that we see, illegal and legal. How that is managed continues to be a topic of debate. Allocational disputes are centered around resources, and so where those resources may be located relative to boundaries or borders becomes the cause of the conflict. A common place for this to happen would be at sea, where a country or a state's sphere of influence or sphere of control extends is a very important part of this.